welcome back. So today is Tuesday, August 13th. I am 38 weeks and 2 days. Just got back from my 38-week appointment, so I wanted to quickly give you a bump shot, first of all. This may be the last one you get, but I am big, guys. Here we go. I can't even fit in one shot. I gotta like scoot way back here. So 38 weeks and 2 days. And my belly button has not popped out. Still an innie, barely. When my daughter 2 years ago, my belly button did pop out, but it's looking like an innie still, a little bit. So I did just get home from my OB appointment, and I am up about 12 pounds total. So I think I gained a pound in the last week. Baby gained half a pound, I gained 1 pound. It's fine, 12 pounds, not bad. Doctor said he wanted me to stay under 20, so feeling pretty good about that. Even if I gain another pound between now and the next 6 days, baby's coming in 6 days. We're actually under 6 days, technically, 141 hours. My husband told me he did like a countdown thing. Even if I gain another pound in the next 6 days, like still 13 pounds is pretty dang good. So I was actually reviewing my old videos, my postpartum updates from my daughter, and I remember saying that I gave birth to a 9-pound baby plus placenta and extra blood loss and amniotic fluid and uterus and all that stuff. And that on day 3 or 4 when I got home from the hospital, I weighed the same as when I went into the hospital, having passed all of that, and I still weigh the same because I was so bloated and like the fluids that I was retaining and stuff. And then I sweat it all out, and then at like the 2-week mark I had already lost all 25 pounds that I had gained, and then at the 4.5-week mark, like the 1 month postpartum update, I had lost all of my 25 pounds and an additional 10 pounds that I had gained. So I'm like, okay, that would be pretty cool. So my goal this time is to lose the 13 pounds-ish that I gained from this pregnancy within a couple weeks, which is basically just baby and fluids and blood and uterus and, you know, all the stuff that you shed from that, umbilical cord, whatever. And then take it from there. So I don't really have a postpartum workout plan after a C-section. My plan is survive and conquer, you know, like take care of both kids and maintain a household and take care of myself, and you know, and then if I'm not going to go on some diet plan or exercise plan, I'm just going to breastfeed. And last time the weight just like fell off. I was smaller 2 weeks to 4 weeks postpartum with my daughter than I had been in 4 or 5 years. So like, I'm hoping that I can do that again. Who knows? Who freaking knows? I have no idea. Anyway, fundal height was good. Blood pressure was good. Like I said, I was up about 12 pounds total. What else? I asked the doctor a ton of questions like about postpartum care and, you know, restrictions, and he just said no driving till 2 weeks. I'll see him at 2 weeks postpartum and 6 weeks postpartum. So I already made those appointments. They're September 3rd or 4th, whatever the day after Labor Day is, and then like October 1st. So I already made those appointments with him. In the event that I go early, I'll change the dates, but 2 weeks and 6 weeks postpartum is when he'll see me. And I'll have antibiotics in the hospital. I don't have the Group B strep or anything, but I'll have antibiotics just in case for the C-section. Narcotic of some sort, plus like ibuprofen. I don't know what, I thought they're gonna alternate pain meds or something, but, and yeah, he said, so my C-section scheduled at 12:30. I'm supposed to arrive at 10:30, and he said no food or drink, not even water, for 8 hours before my C-section start time. So he said 4 a.m. for a noon start time. He's like, so don't eat or drink after 4 a.m. And I was like, well, I get up like 4 times a night to pee, so I'll have something late night or early in the morning. My daughter tends to wake up around 5:15 or 5:30, so that would be too late. That's when I usually have to wake up. But yeah, I did film a day in the life video yesterday, like a work from home mom day in the life of a typical working day. So that will be up, I don't know when, but 38 weeks and 1 day. I showed you my belly, talked about it. I showed like life now with 1 2-year-old and how life is. So my last day of work is Friday. Today is Tuesday, late in the day, Tuesday after my work. But yeah, I am very excited. Like, it's getting real, you know. That probably is the last time I'll go to that office until baby. He did check today. He said it was optional, but I decided to opt for it. The discomfort of a cervix check was worth it in my mind because I just wanted to know. And I knew whether I was dilated a certain amount or not, like it really doesn't say the baby's coming early or not, but it's like if I'm at a 4 centimeters, that means I'm probably not making it till Monday. If I'm at a 0, that means I'm pretty likely to make it to Monday, like not guaranteed, but it probably would happen. It's Tuesday and, you know, make it till my Monday C-section. So I went ahead and just went through like the 15 seconds of unpleasantness to do it. And I was not dilated at all. So 38 weeks and 2 days, 0 dilation, 0 effacement, fine by me. And then I asked the doctor, I said, so if I'm having a C-section, and I'm still at 0 when I show up on Monday, do I have to dilate? And he said he would force me to dilate a little bit with clamps or something so that I can pass clots and things after. So like I don't have to dilate to 10, you know, pass a baby through, but if he can get me open a little bit to pass some clots, he will. Kind of like they did when I had a D&C, you know, my miscarriage. So I was like, okay, I answered that. I did ask about how much of the process of the procedure I'm going to be alone for, and the tubal ligation that I'm having, my tubes, you know, burnt or whatever you want to call it, like what that adds to the pain and recovery and, you know, the process and how long things were going to take. And so basically he said, and this is what I thought, you show up, get checked in, they get me into a gown. My husband is allowed to be with me from like 10:30 till like noon, or 10:30 till 12:30 when the start time is scheduled. But they'll get me into a gown and then like probably get an IV started or whatever. I'll just be in another room. And then the two of us will walk down the hall together. He'll go one way, I'll go another. He'll sit in another room while they do the spinal. So they'll have me like hunch over a table and then stay still, and they'll do the spinal. And then he said like within a minute or so, I'll start being numb, starting from my feet and then moving upwards. So he said immediately they'll have me lay back. My husband won't be in the room, he'll be in the other room, and he'll be getting dressed like into his blue, you know, outfit, hospital OR outfit. And then they will do a catheter, and while I'm already getting numb or numb, and then the numb feeling will like start going up the body, up until like the ribs, you know, and they'll check if I can have any sensation at all, if they need to give me anything extra, or if I'm covered. He said if you have a hot spot where you can still feel sensation, he can do like a topical pain relief there. But, you know, hopefully it goes fine on the first try with the spinal. And then once they confirm I'm numb and they're about ready to get started, they'll bring my husband back. And they said the amount of time that I'll be alone is probably 5 to 10 minutes total. Not too bad. Sorry, the dog just hopped down. So 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be alone, because I don't want to be alone, like for any of that. Like I want him there. When I had the epidural, he was right in front of me. And now this time I'm having a spinal, and I'm like, well, I don't want to be alone. But he said, because it's done in the OR, that it's more of a, how did he put it? A liability, like a safety concern, because husbands or people who are left in the OR with you touch things and they contaminate the room and they do stuff. So they want someone in there only when they're able to like keep them in one place and watch them. You know what I mean? And that's why you can't have 3 support people in there in the room with you in the ORs, because they want to be able to watch the one person really closely, and so they don't touch anything and contaminate the sterile area. So, and I asked about photos, like who was going to take photos, and he said, well, your husband is your photographer. He's your support person. He's going to take pictures, but usually the anesthesiologist will do it if you ask, depending on how things are going, obviously. And then he asked if my husband might want to watch, and he said, you don't have to decide now. You can just look over the blue thing, the sheet in front of her, and see the baby. He said we can even do the blue sheet that has a drop part, so we can drop it down so you can see the baby coming out. And he said you won't be able to see the baby actually coming out of the incision, because that will be below your bump and you can't see over your big old belly. But he said you'll at least be able to see her coming out over the top of your stomach, and then she'll go right to my stomach. He said cutting the cord, and like your husband can't cut the cord right from you. He's like, we'll cut it and we'll leave it long, and then he can cut it kind of like a ceremonial type of cutting, not like functional, over on another table after they cut it to remove the baby from my body, you know. And then we'll do the tubal, and he asked me again, are you sure you don't want any more kids? He said, I'll ask you the day of, but you know, we talk about it every time. It's my job to educate you. This is not reversible. If you decide to go through with it, you cannot have any more kids. And I asked, well, what if, you decide you want? He said, then you can maybe do IVF, but it's very expensive and it doesn't always work. So I'm like, I don't want more kids. I'm like 99% sure, but I will, by Monday, I will make sure, I'm sure. And then I asked about, so if my procedure's at 12:30, how long before I can have people? When am I going to be in like a different room and ready to go? So he said, you arrive at 10:30, by 12 or 12:30, they're getting you in the OR prepped and stuff. It's like, you got like 10 minutes of them getting you ready. Your husband comes in and we'll get started by like 12:40. He assumes that by 1:15, he said definitely by 1:30, I will be back in a room just recovering next to the OR, and I'll be with my baby, holding my baby if all goes well, with my husband, breastfeeding and skin to skin and all that stuff. And then he said they usually keep you in there for probably about 2 hours after. So plan on being in there from like 1 to 3 or 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. And then I should be in my postpartum room that I'll be in for probably about 48 hours. So that's good to know. And he said, don't plan on having people before 3:30 or 4 p.m. He said, I'm like, okay. He like kind of changed the number like after he talked about it. It's like 3:30, then later he said 4. So after 4 p.m. on Monday, I will be able to have my visitors. Hi, Penny dog. Behind me, if you see all that clutter, that is our hospital bag and the rock and play. Yes, we're going to use the rock and play, not while baby's sleeping, and definitely not unattended, and definitely not when baby can roll over. And we are going to clasp the buckle, tightly around the waist so she can't turn. Just thought I'd put that out there. I know it's like controversial. It's been recalled, and there's people, shamers out there who will try to like tell you everything, but we're educated. We know. What else? I'm feeling okay. I've thrown up once this last week. Still taking Prevacid for the acid. I'm taking my prenatals, gummies, Vitafusion gummies once a day. I'm still taking vitamin D, and I'm taking calcium as well because calcium is good for the leg cramps that I had a couple times. So just in case. And then I am sleeping okay. I've been waking up about 2 to 4 times a night. I think one time this last week I only woke up twice, and that was like amazing. But sometimes I wake up 4 times, and then like if I don't get enough sleep, it's usually not because of anybody but me. It's not my daughter, it's not my dog, it's not, you know what I mean? Like it's me. That's the reason I didn't sleep enough. So I, like last night, fell asleep probably about 10:15 or 10:30, and then my daughter woke up at 5:15. So I got under 7 hours. And then I have my doctor's appointment today on my lunch for work, so I didn't get a nap, obviously. And now it's after work hours, and I never got a nap, so I'm just running on under 7 hours. And that's just not enough for me. I'm a sleeper. So I was rewatching my postpartum updates with my daughter, and I was like, dang it. It says like at the 1 month mark that she finally let me get a 5 or 6 hour stretch. And I was like, I'm asleep. I'm gonna be so sad if it takes me for like 4 or 5 weeks to sleep a big stretch like that. But I do miss breastfeeding. I'm excited. My body's ready. I can definitely squeeze out some colostrum. So looks like my body knows what it's doing. What else? I'm starting to feel big. Like 12 pounds isn't much considering it's like mostly in my stomach, but I'm definitely feeling bigger. I'm definitely feeling this last week or so like more winded, and I've been winded forever. I feel like she's really high up. She has not dropped. I can feel, let me see if I can like push my chair back. I don't want to stand. I want you to see it as I sit. She's like, these are my boobs, right? In a bra. She's way up there. Like there is no gap. This is just how high she is. I got the nesting bug like big time again, or I am continuing to get. So I went ahead and did 4 loads of laundry yesterday, and I washed like rugs in the house, our robes, our big bath towels, our hand towels for every bathroom. I washed like crazy stuff, like the rock and play cover, the bouncer cover, just stuff that my breast friend zipper case. And I'm like, I think I might have already washed that, but I just washed it again. And then today, I had to like reassemble things early this morning before work. So I was trying to like figure out how to put the covers back on all these baby contraptions. Still want to watch the swing, and I want to assemble the swing. We haven't because my 2-year-old tries to climb in it, and I don't think it's safe. So we're kind of waiting till the last minute to do that. But other than that, we are ready, guys. Car seats are in the car, diaper bags packed, hospital bags packed. I've gotten the fridge and freezer and pantry like completely stocked. I go to the store like every other day because I'm like afraid baby's gonna come, but knowing that I'm not dilated at all now, it does help. Still this weekend, like the day before baby's supposed to come, we are still hosting the fantasy football draft for our family. So people are bringing pizza and salad. So I'm going to supply like store-bought cookies and like fruit that we cut up. You know what I mean? Like not like it's like a big undertaking for hosting, but told my husband I do want to take some pictures this weekend of as big as I'm going to get, the last time I'm going to be pregnant, like let's do it. So maybe in our Minnesota Vikings apparel for the draft, or my husband has a shirt that says like husband, dad, fantasy football legend. I think he's going to wear that on Sunday. So that'll be fun. But maybe we'll put my daughter and I in our Viking shirts. I don't even know if mine will fit. I guess I should check that. But anyway, that is it for this pregnancy update. Not dilated, not feeling contractions, except for like if I do too much, I get like the non-real painful ones, like Braxton Hicks, maybe even a little bit worse than that. And after my last cervix check, they said I could have cramping or spotting or anything, and I didn't. So hopefully this time, I just had it like an hour or two ago, haven't felt anything like that, but hopefully I don't go through any of that. Yeah, baby hasn't dropped. She's big, estimated based on her last ultrasound date, and given that she was 65th percentile, using my older daughter's like growth as a progression like guide. Of course we know it's approximate, but if that's the case, she's probably about 7 pounds and 12 ounces right now, and then 8 pounds 1 ounce on Monday, 6 days from now. If I don't get a chance to film another update for you guys, hope you guys enjoyed this series. Obviously I'm going to do postpartum updates and stuff like that, name reveal, nursery tour, all that's coming. Hospital bag, stuff like that. But I'm hoping to film again. Sunday is the day I turn 39 weeks, so I would really like to film Sunday. But again, I'm hosting the Super Bowl or the fantasy football draft from 1 to like 4 probably, or 12 to 4 people will be over here. And then I've got to do whatever's left on my list for baby on Sunday before bed, and you know. So I'm hoping to film maybe before noon if my daughter naps. I don't know. And then I'll try to get it up before I go to the hospital for the baby. And then I did film a short video that just says, hey, baby's coming. That'll go up on Monday. I mean, I have to manually publish it on when I'm in the OR or whatever, but that is it. So this could be the last pregnancy update, but hopefully I'll have one more this weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.